Hi, my name's Jalen. If you've missed the previous videos about the housing process at Mizzou, you definitely need to watch them first before you come back here to learn about the next step in the housing process. Selecting a learning community, perhaps a FIG, and your room in Roar. By this point, you've downloaded the Housing 201 guide and completed the following steps in the housing process. Once you've completed these items on your checklist, you're ready to roar. In this video, we'll go over the process of selecting a room in Roar through some scenarios based upon the preferences in this sample list. Your preferences will differ from these, and the actual number of beds and rooms available will also be lower as spaces fill up. The first day you can log into Roar is based on when you completed your housing application. To look up your application date, go to reslife.missouri.edu. Click on Services and Forms, then Housing Application. Log in, and you will see a confirmation of your housing application and the date it was submitted. Although at this stage, there are more students than spaces, many students will change their minds about coming to Mizzou or where they're living in the residence halls. This happens every year, so don't worry. As long as you have a contract, you will have a room. Now let's get started. To log into Roar, go to roar.missouri.edu. Now enter your paw print, also known as a username. That's the part of your MU email that comes before the @ symbol. Then enter your password and click Login. You will let us know if you need any special accommodations. Then click Submit. On the smoking preference page, please select whether you are a smoker and if you are willing to live with a smoker. Then click Submit. At this point, unless you already have a roommate hold waiting for you, you'll pick between a FIG, TLC, or GLC, and maybe add a roommate preference. If someone else is requesting you as a roommate, you'll skip a few of the following steps in the process, but more on that later. Since there's no guarantee you will get your top preferences, we highly recommend you watch this whole video so you understand all the steps in the process and are prepared to follow through on the backup plans on your list. This next screen shows the number of open rooms and open beds currently available in each of the learning community options. Just because these options are available right now as I'm doing this, doesn't mean they'll be available when you gain access. You can go back to this page at any time in Roar from the links on the left side of the browser. Now select Search Rooms. On the Choose Your Community Freshman Interest Group screen, you will search for rooms in either FIGs, TLCs, or GLCs. You must select one of them to search for available rooms. Once you choose FIG, TLC, or GLC, you will only see rooms in that kind of community. For example, if you choose TLCs, you'll only see rooms that are in TLCs. If you'd like to see FIGs or GLC rooms, you'll need to come back to this page and enter either FIG or GLC to search for rooms in those communities. Let's begin with Truman's first preference, which is a FIG. Remember, FIGs are academic programs, and choosing a FIG also means you're enrolling in the FIG classes. They require a genuine interest in the academic theme of the FIG and are not appropriate to choose based on the hall amenities or just to obtain a space. Notice that this page lists all the available FIGs. If you found a FIG you like, click Select. If you don't meet the requirements, you will see this notification in red. You will need to go back and select a different FIG. Now we're selecting Truman's second preference. The FIG selected will appear under Currently Chosen Community. Click Proceed to continue. Once you've selected your FIG, the next screen will give you the opportunity to request a roommate. If you don't have a roommate preference, like most students, just click Proceed to continue the Roar process. If you do have a preferred roommate in mind, you'll need to know their paw print, also known as a username, and the correct spelling of their last name in order to request them. Roar won't check to see if your roommate meets the requirements until they log in to accept your roommate hold. For now, we'll continue without a roommate request. We'll go through the roommate request process in the next scenario. The next screen you will see is a search summary page. You can change any of your preferences from this screen or clear them all and start over. We'll select Search for Rooms. Next, select the hall. Now you'll be able to view the hall and floor or floors where the FIG is located and how many rooms and beds are currently available to you. Choosing a floor will bring up the list of beds available on that floor. If you don't have a preferred roommate, Roar will only show you single beds and half-open rooms so you can be paired up with someone else who also doesn't have a preferred roommate. If there are no half-open rooms, you'll see all rooms. Select a bed to continue. After you have selected a bed, you will be asked to review your assignment and submit your request. If you accidentally hit Cancel Request, you'll have to start the process over and select the room and bed again. Click Submit Assignment to complete your room assignment. After you submit your request, you will see a confirmation window, and you receive an email in your official MU student email account. If you did not receive a confirmation email, your assignment is not complete. You can go back into Roar to select and confirm a room assignment. Now let's see the process for selecting a thematic learning community and requesting a roommate. Notice that this page lists all the available TLCs. If you found the TLC on your list that still has space, click Select. The TLC you have selected will appear under Currently Chosen Community. Once you click Proceed, you'll either proceed without a roommate or you will add a preferred roommate. If you do have a preferred roommate, be sure that you have their exact paw print, also known as a username, and the correct spelling of their last name. Click Proceed. Now you will see the summary screen and have the opportunity to change selections before moving forward. We're going to continue forward by clicking on Search for Rooms. The next screen lists all the halls for the selected TLC and some details on space availability. Click a hall name to continue. Now you can see all the floors where the TLC is located in the hall you've selected. Click a floor to continue. You will arrive at a screen that lists the beds available in the hall and floor you have selected. Although some floors may have rooms and beds available, there may not be rooms with 2 beds available. Roar will show you single beds and half-open rooms even with a roommate request currently active, which means there could be no rooms available for both you and your roommate on this floor in this community. Click back to search another floor or another community. You are looking for 2 open beds in a room. Once you've found a room with a bed for yourself and your preferred roommate, click on a bed to continue. Now you should see your selected bed in red and your requested roommate's hold. Click Submit Assignment to complete your room assignment. After you submit your request, you will see a confirmation window. If you don't see your requested roommate's name in here, the space is not being held for them. If everything worked out, both of you will receive an email in your official MU student email account. Yours will confirm your assignment, and theirs will confirm the space being held for them. Your roommate's space is only temporarily on hold for them. It's not theirs until they confirm it within the required time limit. More on that a little later. Next, we'll go through the process of selecting a general learning community without a roommate. If you're searching for a general learning community and you have a roommate in mind, you'll request them before you select your room. Then you'll be brought to this screen. Here you'll be able to choose a hall type and a room type. Choosing the Any option from the drop-down menu will produce the most results. Click Proceed to continue. If you want to broaden your search to produce the most results, don't select any of these amenities. Click Proceed. The rest of the process follows a similar path as the FIG and TLC options. Click Search for Rooms to continue. Notice that the amenities are also visible here. Then choose a hall and a floor. Notice the text in red. It's telling you that if you don't have a preferred roommate, Roar will only show you single beds and half-open rooms so you can be paired up with someone else who doesn't have a preferred roommate. If there are no half-open rooms, you'll see all rooms. Select a bed and submit your assignment. You'll see the pop-up confirmation message and get the official email in your MU student account. If you've been requested as someone else's roommate, your Roar process will be a little bit different. You will receive an email in your official MU email account letting you know someone is holding a space for you and your deadline to accept the space. Your email will also tell you if the space is in a FIG or TLC. After entering your special accommodations and smoking preferences, Roar will take you to the Pick a Room page where you can view or decline the space being held for you. Roar will check to be sure that you are eligible for the FIG or TLC when you click View. If you don't meet the eligibility requirements, the hold is immediately released and available for others to select. The bed is reserved for you until midnight the day after you're first eligible to Roar. So for example, if you're first eligible to log into Roar on April 12th, you have until 11:59 p.m. on April 13th to accept the space on hold for you. If you don't accept the space before the deadline, the temporary hold will be released and it will be available for other students. You will need to view the space to accept it. If you choose to accept the space and community assignment, click Submit Assignment. If you choose not to accept the space or if you accidentally click Cancel Request, you will return to the Pick a Room page and may select Decline. A fail-safe window will pop up asking you if you're sure you want to remove the hold for you in that room, which will make it available for others to select immediately. If it was an accident, simply press Cancel to return. Now view and submit assignment. Once your assignment is completed, you will see this confirmation message and you'll receive an official email in your MU student account. At any time, you can check out the details of the room assignment you chose by returning to Roar Pick a Room page. Click the link View Assignment Details under your name to see your current room assignment. If for some reason you decide to change rooms or residence halls, you can look for other rooms in Roar without giving up the space already assigned to you. But if you click Submit Assignment on a new room, Roar will cancel your previous room assignment and replace it with a new one. Roar will not let you have more than one room assigned at the same time. After May 11th, FIGs are restricted. If you already have a space in a FIG, you won't be able to search for rooms in Roar without dropping your FIG. And if you cancel your FIG space, you won't be able to get it back. You will also lose your current room and hall assignment. If you want to get into a FIG or change FIGs, you will need to contact the FIGs coordinator. The FIGs coordinator is the only one who can place you in a FIG after they become restricted. Also note that empty FIG beds are released to become TLC or GLC beds after a certain deadline. To view your roommate and room info after completing Roar, log into My Housing. Go to reslife.missouri.edu, click on Services and Forms, then My Housing. Log in and your roommate's info will be listed here. If your roommate's info isn't available, it can mean a few things. You don't have a roommate yet, he or she has blocked their info, which is rare, or that space is being held for a student athlete or exchange student that hasn't been specifically identified yet. If you have questions, contact Residential Life. If you leave a message by phone, be sure to leave a callback number and we will respond as soon as possible. Now that wasn't so hard, was it?